Hi, and welcome back to Viking Mars. Now, today my internet connection is really shaky, so chapter 3, beneath the surface. Anyway, my internet connection is really shaky, so it's possible that I might not receive any achievement pop-ups. I don't know whether achievements work offline or not. I'm not even sure if I am able to upload this today. Oh well. We'll see.
Attention! This is a type of fertile terrain that is especially beneficial for Zoa growth.
Interesting. How does fertile terrain come to be enriched?
Your inquiry has no currently valid answer. I will create a corresponding objective in the research log.
Okay. What did we find? Enriched? Fertile terrain that is extremely high in nutrients. Zoa planted in enriched fertile terrain always produce more biological activity than those planted in wet or dry fertile terrain. This is an alkaline fertile terrain. Okay, let's see what happens. Whoa, that's huge. Oh, I did get an achievement. Research Halid Zoa. But the achievement doesn't have an image. Oh well. Enriched form. Halid Zoa are especially responsive to the nutrients in enriched terrain. Enriched Halid exhibit the following properties. Increased size and biological activity plus 20 biomass extra seed production. Interesting. Let's get those seeds. Now let's fertilize you, or water you, to get seeds from you as well. That's enough seeds. Now let's go here. Take your seeds. Can I get through here? I can. Ow. Hydranzoa. Enriched form. Hydranzoa grown in enriched terrain exhibit the following properties. Increased size at biological activity plus 5 biomass, extra seed production and increased seed ejection velocity. Interesting. Shoots really fast. What is that thing? Investigate MegaZoa. Oh, hello. I will take your seats, thank you very much. Fight the water response. Oh, I didn't notice that one. Fighter prefer to be dry. A fight that becomes wet will engage in a drying ritual to shake water off of its body. That's cute. Let's go back there for a second. Yeah, there isn't anything here. Apart from death.
Is this another MegaZoa art?
Yes! We will call them Alveoliparidae. This MegaZoa consists of bundled packs of sensitive fibers.
What are the fibers sensitive to?
There are several types of fibers. They are activated by carbon dioxide, or nitrogen, or argon, or oxygen, or...
Are these the compounds released by Zoa?
The full list has measurable overlap with compounds released by mature Zoa and Phyta.
We should nickname these harvesters then. How do the harvester's fibers behave when activated?
The activated fibers are consuming compounds from the air and converting them into electrochemical energy. Attention! This Alveopyrus is not yet at its highest level of activation.
Interesting. No, I didn't want to go. Or maybe I did. What is this thing? No idea. Larians. Let's see what Larians are. Dormant state. Dormant Larians awaken at biomass 2. Larians are often encountered in a dormant state of remarkably low biological activity, which seems to have enabled them to survive hostile conditions, in some cases for billions of years. When the local environment reaches biomass 2, a Larian responds by waking into its active state. The dormant Larian is extremely durable and cannot be harmed. Interesting. Get back here. Ow. I'll go back for now. I will come back here later. I want to activate that harvester.
Alert! I have detected a transmission from another camera module, dispossessed by Octo. Here is the image.
Thank you, Art. Do these appear to be life forms to you?
Yeah.
No! They are composed of mineral matter. An exemplary life form is composed of organic matter.
Rock formations in the shape of unknown life forms. I can see why Octo was interested. I would like to examine these up close.
I have marked the source location on your map.
Thank you. Now let's find more ways to increase biomass. Oops. Sorry. I need a lot of them. but I have only a limited amount of seeds. Can they eat these? No. $360. I'm missing 10. I can't destroy these two. I need just 5 more. Oh, I got it. What happened?
This Alveopyrus is currently at its highest activation level.
Does that give you any additional data about its behavior?
Scanning. This Alveopyrus produces a larger quantity of electrochemical energy than it requires for sustenance.
What happens to this surplus electrochemical energy?
It is transferred down the root-like organs to an unknown destination, deep in the cave.
Interesting. Let's go down here for now. Is this dangerous? Yes, it is. Incredibly dangerous. I will put these up. And then I will water these two. Where did those go? Here. Two with one. Oh. They drink water. Water response. A Larian who consumes a hydran seed will become overly saturated and release excess water into its local environment, which can have side effects on other nearby life forms. Larian digestion requires a careful balance of moisture, so Larians are constantly engaging in processes to regulate their internal water volume. Larians prefer to eat mobile life forms, but are also able to derive some nutritional value from Zoa seeds. Larians lower a glowing tendril to attract prey. Victims become stuck in the sticky tendril and thrown up into the mouth of the Larian to be consumed. Larians have not yet been observed attempting to digest humans, but becoming trapped in a Larian tendril can be damaging or even fatal. Yeah, I noticed that. Does it digest this one? Yep, it just ate it. Let's take these from you. This is a huge level. A massive level. So I could go that way, but I won't. I have 3 stars. I might need 5. Is there anything else down here? Ow. That was painful. There are more seeds. That's about it. Nice, I have 4 stars. And these are the roots. I believe that there's probably an achievement for getting 5 stars on every single place. Which is an achievement I would like to get, eventually. I might have to come back later. Nope. I guess this is the only way out then.
Alert! The ground reports an unusual marks produced by all of Octo's appendages. Other than those 5 of his appendages not appearing in these marks.
That is worrisome. Could it be that Octo has been damaged? How far can he proceed on just 3 limbs?
His robot form would be capable of inefficient ground movement with 8 appendages. Other than those 5 of his appendages not required for inefficient movement.
What is that? Whatever this is huge. Give me seeds. Give me as many as you have. Thank you.
I don't know how I'd get a word in edgewise. I would set you to verbose just to see what... Hey, Leon? Where are you? Why is your signal coming out of the smoking crater that used to be the outpost?
Hello, Amani. I have discovered a deep vertical shaft. It must channel my signal all the way up to the surface.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Crazy. Whoa, what's this about Octo?
We found more traces of Octo, but also evidence that his limbs were damaged.
What? I really hope not. That's the absolute worst thing that could... Oh. No, I get it now. No, it's cool. Oh wow, this is great. Octo has a subroutine where he plants 3 feet and extends the other 5 limbs for long-range scanning. This shaft is a perfect place since it channels signal so well.
I have discovered an unfactual observance. Octo's library includes less than 1 scanning subroutine, which...
That art, always so wacky. Who knows what he means when he talks, right? Back to Octo, there's only a couple of reasons he would scan like that. I wonder which one it is. I'm gonna look into it.
Okay, this is interesting. This place is huge. Is there maybe something else here? No. No. Where is... Oh. This brings me back here. That's an interesting material up there. Give me seeds. Thank you. You also give me 2 seeds, please. Thank you. None of these areas are a place to go. No, not this seat. So I just need them to... Hey, give me more seats. But they only give 5. That flew quite far over. Whoa. We'll get 4 more seats.
Before you go, Leon, I've been checking out all this data you collected. It's pretty crazy.
There are many mysteries, yes. I may be starting to understand how Left Cavern works.
Art says you like being alone, but if you ever feel like chatting about the cave or whatever, stand still for a moment at the top of this quartz peak. That's where reception is best. We don't have to chat, but I'd like to. I'm curious about what's going through your head.
Let's go there. So many of these.
Just before the outpost collapsed, you were saying something like the Cerebrain's purpose is to force us to grow life forms in every chamber?
The Cerebrain have no purpose, Amani. They simply have evolved survival mechanisms that have led to the perpetuation of their species. But they do play that role, and the overall ecosystem benefits from it. Each chamber of Left Cavern is like the cell of a creature, protected and isolated from neighboring chambers until enough life thrives inside. Life then spreads from chamber to chamber. We simply accelerate this process.
Interesting. Let's go up back once more. Oops. Stand in the center of the pyramid to chat with Amani.
So, what about the harvesters? How do they fit into the Left Cavern ecosystem, do you think?
It is puzzling. They seem symbiotic with the Cerebrain, gathering energy from the life that thrives inside each chamber. But I am not clear on what they do with this energy. Perhaps they are part of some larger life form? The MegaZoa perplex me. Only a fraction of their role can be observed at once. I hope for more clarity once we have found and researched every MegaZoa.
That would be interesting. Anything else?
I'm sure you noticed that at a certain depth, the rock became a different type. Lots of new formations, too.
Yes, it's similar to karst rocks on Earth. I'm struck by the fact that those stalactites could not have formed without millennia of flowing water.
And the Karst didn't appear until you got just below the former planetary surface. I'll tell you what I think. The Mars we know is covered with basalt, right? But underneath that, it's all like this. Layers of limestone, like on Earth, buried long ago by volcanic activity. So what I'm saying is this cave is from long, long ago. Like, billions of years old. You've gotten deep enough to see what Mars used to be like, long before humans existed. Well, the underground of ancient Mars anyway. I guess we'll never know what it used to be like on the surface.
Possibly.
Amani, suppose you are right that parts of the cave are left over from an ancient era in Mars history. What would that tell us?
A lot. If the Karst rock is really the equivalent of Earth limestone, then that means
That it is composed of the remnants of marine organisms. Their skeletal fragments piled into deep layers over the millennia.
exactly. And that means oceans. Super big oceans full of life on the surface of the planet for millions of years. Then when the oceans went away, they left behind this limestone.
There would have been millennia of rain, carving caves from the rock.
There's plenty of evidence that an ocean once covered Mars, but an ocean full of life, a thick atmosphere with regular precipitation, that's a whole new vision of ancient Mars.
And yet the life forms we discovered would have evolved more easily in such an environment. This may be the truth.
That is really interesting. That is actually awesome. Can I talk more? More. I want to know more. Please.
Here's my big question. Suppose ancient Mars really did support life on the surface. Oceans, atmosphere, life forms evolving over time, all that. Why is it such a bare rock today?
Perhaps the atmosphere disappeared first. The rest would soon topple. The oceans would evaporate into space and be subsumed underground. The surface would become cold and blasted with radiation.
Which is pretty much the Mars we see today. So, what happened to the atmosphere? The only reason Earth has an atmosphere is because of its liquid core. Convection of that molten metal creates the magnetic field. And the magnetic field deflects the sun's solar wind, which would otherwise blast Earth's atmosphere into space. See where I'm going with this?
If Mars once had a molten core of significant size, it might have been able to sustain an atmosphere until that molten core cooled.
At which point, the whole planet would have become barren and dead, slowly, over centuries.
I wonder, can that happen to Earth as well?
I actually can't think of anything else I'm dying to talk to you about right now.
I am sure more topics will arise as we explore further.
We can just make conversation if you want. People do that, you know.
So what conversation do you have in mind?
So, do you miss home?
I feel a connection with these caverns, the interwoven threads of life, the harmony of purpose. But yes, of course, I will be grateful to return to Earth safely. Do you miss it?
Yeah, I'll be really glad to see my sisters and my mom. I told her you're the one stuck in the cave, but she's such a nervous Nelly. Plus everyone at the GSA.
Yes, it will be good to greet our colleagues. Also to have dinner with my brother-in-law's family, who I have not visited with in some time.
Yeah, they're on Mars, they're really far.
So, how's Art treating you?
We are fortunate that he functions at all.
Come on, you don't think it's even just a little bit funny? I mean, it's gotta be nice to have some company, right?
I suppose.
So, you're kind of all the rage on Earth right now. Pretty much the only thing on the news. Will the world's most famous astronaut survive his harrowing ordeal in the Martian cave? Discovery of all this alien life. Makes for pretty good headlines, you gotta admit. I think they're getting sick of dealing with me for information, though. You hate talking to them, and they hate talking to me. Rough.
An unfortunate situation.
So, do you miss home?
I feel a connection with these caverns, the interwoven threads of life. But
Yeah, I'll be really glad
Yeah,
to see
that is the
it will
same.
be good to greet our colleagues. Also to have dinner with my brother-in-law's family, who I have not visited with in some time.
So we can move on now, but why didn't that optional complete?
Attention! We are approaching the reservoir indicated by Dr. Ranga. Scans confirm the presence of abundant liquid water. Liquid water has never before been found on Mars.
And it will be another historical discovery. Our expedition has had many.
Indeed. Okay, I think this is it for today. Next time I will probably record longer than I did so far per episode. But I think we got a lot done today, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!